As per accounting standard 3, there are 3 classifications. Listen very carefully, it is important. As per accounting standard 3, any cash inflow or outflow due to some activity. Example, I received 20 lakh. For what? Sale of building, I received 20 lakh. Sale of building is an activity. Like that, all activities in this chapter are classified into 3 categories. As per accounting standard 3, there are 3 activities involved, either you receive cash or you pay cash. What are those 3 activities? First one is the main activity based on your entire business depends upon. It is basically your goods and services. Due to that activity only your entire business is depending upon. Such activity, entire business depends upon, your main operations are taken there, it is called operating activity. Can you repeat with me, what activity is this? It is called operating activity. Second one is, okay, this is about goods and services. Basically your main goods and services. All about sales, about your purchases, or maybe related to salary, rent, all these are related to your main business, main operations, we have taken under this operating activity. The second one is all about your long-term assets, either purchase or sale. Please note, when I say here, it is both inflow and outflow, both are taken. Similarly, plus and minus, both inflow and outflows are taken here about long-term assets. Long-term assets includes mainly 2 components. It is your fixed asset or non-current assets, and you can also include the long-term investments. Fixed asset and long-term investments movement, either inflow or outflow. By selling it you get cash, that is also a one category, inflow. By purchasing your money goes out, outflow, that also to be taken. So, purchases and sale, or in other words, acquisition and disposal of your long-term assets and your investments. This is about investing activity. What activity we call it? Second one is investing activity. It is about fixed asset and long-term investments. Please note, students, when I say long-term investment, I invested in some shares or invested in some companies, debentures and bonds. What will happen? Year on year you get some income. That income will be treated in the same category. Dividend received on shares, interest on debentures of one particular company received should be taken in the same category. So, if any investment, income also to be taken under investing activity. So, we have taken the long-term assets. It is about asset side, long-term assets are covered. Taking the liability side, long-term liability also to be covered. Inflow or outflow due to long-term funds, shares, debenture, loan, either I raise money or I pay out the money. Example, in redemption of preference shares I pay out, debenture repaid, loan repaid. Similarly, issue of shares is an inflow. Inflow and outflow related to long-term funds. It is about capital and borrowings. What your accounting standard says, you can nothing but you can take long-term funds. Is taken under financing activity. What activity? Financing activity. Long-term asset, long-term liability. You may raise the question, where the short-term liability and short-term assets? Current assets and current liability is main for your operating, main for your working, that comes under this. So, I think you understood the 3 activities. Let me recall again. First one is what activity we call? Operating activity. It is nothing but principal revenue earning activity. It is related to goods and services. Direct and indirect expenses related to that are taken here. Taking to the next category, investing activity, it is about long-term assets, 2 component, fixed assets and long-term investment. As per your AS3 sentence, it is acquisition and disposal of long-term assets. So, both are taken here. Last is financing activity, it is nothing but change in size of capital and borrowings, they say. So, it means long-term funds are taken here. These are all the 3 activities referred in AS3. When I say about shares, debentures, whether you have to pay for it, definitely. There is no free meal in this world. Anything you borrow, you have to serve it. You have to pay interest. If I borrow shares, I have to pay dividend. If I borrow debenture, I have to pay interest. If I make a bank loan, I have to pay interest. That debenture interest or dividend also to be taken here. It is not taken here. Hope you understood. If it is an investment income, take here. If it is a borrowing, on that there is an interest or there is a dividend payment on shares, that is to be taken here. So, I think you understood the three activities. How exactly we prepare operating activity cash flow, investing activity, financing activity, we look into the next one. Now, when we say the three activities, operating, investing, financing activity, how do you prepare? There are two methods. One is called direct method and other one is called indirect method. Students, please note, the methods differ only from the first category. Second category or third category, there is no change in the method, they are all always direct method. So, if I say direct method, operating activity is under direct method, those two are by default under direct method. Whereas, if I say indirect method, operating activity is under indirect method. It means to say methods are different only for OA, not for IA and FA. How do you do the direct method or indirect method? Let us know what we want to get out of it. In a year, you want to know what is your cash from operating activity due to goods and services, what money remained at the end. Isn't it your profit and loss account net profit? No. In P&L account net profit, there might have some items may be related to investing and financing, may be there. I don't want that, I want related to operating only. It means, student, one thing should flash to you, one idea should flash to you. Your P&L account, trading and P&L account is the base for you to work out operating activity. But whether these all items are related to operating activity? No, there can be some other item. I told interest on investments comes under P&L, but it is not operating, it is investing activity. There is interest on debenture comes under P&L account, but I borrow debenture, on that I pay the interest. So, it is a financing activity. Major items are related to operating activity, but there are some items not related to operating. Therefore, I have to identify such items which is related to operating activity I take. To do this, what is the base for you? It is trading and profit and loss account. Point number one. Point number two, when I say trading and P&L account, when I do, there can be cash and non-cash. I want to know what is cash from operating activity. I don't want any non-cash item. Therefore, depreciation, return of items should not be taken or should be cancelled. Therefore, I have to rework that P&L account to get cash from operating activity. How do you do it? There are two methods, direct method, indirect method. Direct method, as the name says, directly you have to consider what are your collections, what are your payments. So, direct method, I should write the collections less payments. Collection from whom? Collection from customers. Nothing but there are two components can come, cash sales and collection from debtors. What are the payments? Payment to my suppliers, payment to my employees, payment to my direct and any other indirect expenses should be taken. Collections less payments. I have to consider the collections, deduct payments. Payments, as I said, three I can classify: A, suppliers; B, employees, nothing but salaries, etc., and other indirect expenses. All indirect expenses you deduct. What I get net answer, this minus these items, what I get net is cash from operating activity. There I have to adjust two items, that is taxes and any extraordinary items. That I will take little detail. Overall picture is collection from customers less payment to suppliers, employees and other various indirect expenses. I think that is about direct method to get cash from operating activity. What about indirect method? Indirect method base is accountant already worked out profit and loss account. He has some answer called PBT, profit before tax. Take that PBT. When he arrives PBT, when he gets that profit before taxes, some item he has adjusted, cancel those items. What items have to cancel? When I get that sales and I deduct various expenses, there can be some expense related to investing and financing, cancel. Point number one. Point number two, I am explaining the logic. See, the format is simple and you can work out. If you understand the logic, you can work any problems. So, I have to cancel which is not related to operating. And what I want to do? I want to get cash from which activity? Operating activity. Remember, two words are there, cash and from operating activity. What indirect method tells you is cancel non-operating, cancel non-cash. I want cash from operating activity. There can be non-cash item, depreciation can be here, cancel it. There can be non-operating like interest on investment will be there, cancel it. It means PBT, adjust or cancel depreciation and non-operating items. Depreciation is a non-cash item, cancel non-cash, cancel non-operating item. From there you have to adjust the continuation, taxes and extraordinary items. Students, before working out this, you need to note one more here. PBT, adjust depreciation and non-cash item, adjust also non-operating item. One more item is working capital adjustment. What is working capital? It is nothing but current assets and current liability items. You have to check from beginning to ending, is it increase or decrease? What is the impact on cash? If you can adjust these three, one is non-operating, one is cash and one is non-cash items, that is depreciation and return of items, that is what we say. Third one is working capital adjustments. If you can do these three, then this answer and this answer come same. That is what we call cash from operating activity, but before taxes, adjust extraordinary items. These both will arrive at an answer called cash generated from operations. What do we call it? Cash generated from operations. Shall I summarize very quickly? This is a very important discussion. On this, the entire cash flow statement is based. As per AS3, Accounting Standard 3, there are three activities. Any inflow or outflow, you get money or you pay money. Any inflow or outflow, three activities. First basket is operating. Second basket is investing. Third one is financing. Operating is all about your goods and services. It is the principal revenue earning activity. Your entire business is based on this. And the long-term assets, fixed assets and long-term investments related to investing. Your long-term funds, shares, debenture, etc. are covered under this. These three activities, how do you do the working? Two methods, direct and indirect method. Methods are different only under operating, not under investing and financing. They are always direct. How do you do that? Two, direct method and indirect. Direct method is straight away take your collections, what money you got, what money you paid. Collections from customer and cash sales, payment to suppliers, expenses and indirect expenses. Very simple. My collections less my payments, I will get cash generated from operation. Other method is, indirect method is, the accountant has prepared PBT, take that as a base. When you arrive PBT, profit before tax, when you arrive, you have to cancel three things. You have to cancel two items. What are the two items? Depreciations, and you have to cancel non-operating items. And that is, while arriving this, you have this depreciation and non-cash, you also have non-operating. Cancel those two items and later adjust working capital adjustments. If you can do this, you arrive at cash generated from operations. Two, before going to the next one, I can say like this. This direct and indirect methods are like this. In direct method is, let us assume this way situation. There is a red colored basket, there is a blue colored basket, there is a green colored basket, red, blue, green. Your direct method of cash flow is something like this. In the red colored basket, you have to put only red balls. There are red balls, blue balls and green balls. Very simple. You have to put only red balls. What you do under direct method is, you look at that basket, there are red and there are blue, there are green, all are mixed. You don't want to do that. You entire, that all shuffling whatever is there, you throw all the balls, you make that basket empty and pick only red and you put it. Where blue and green gone, they directly go to the other baskets. Your work is what? Operating, nothing but red basket. In red basket written as operating. Your work is to choose only red balls and pick those red balls and put in the red basket. What about in your indirect method? Listen very carefully how interesting it is. Indirect method is, you look that bucket, you don't want to empty the entire bucket, you take only blue, put under blue, you take green, put under green, that is all. What is remaining then? Your remaining is only red one. It means to say, operating activity direct method means you rework once again. It is something like a constructing a building. If it is an already existing building, you don't want to do that. You just demolish and you construct it. Construction is a direct method. You start afresh. Whereas, just repairs and renovation you do it, small changes you do it, and you know okay with that. You are done already. You don't like this. You don't want like the entrance. You don't like that window. You just change it. Rest all are correct. So under indirect method, it is repair work. Direct method is a construction work. Under indirect method, cancel which you don't want. Cancel non-operating, cancel non-cash. Under direct method, you take what is relevant. Here is something like this. How many students are present in the class? 2 method. Head count, how many are there? Direct method. Other way of doing, there are 50 students in the class supposed to be there. 3 are absent. I want how many are present. I am deducting 3 absent. So what you don't want, you deduct. You will get what is required. Hope you understood direct method and indirect method. I think this becomes more interesting as it progresses. Before going to the next one, after learning what is cash flow, what is cash definition, what is AS3, what is activity, direct, indirect method. Before going to the next one, I would like to ask a small question to you. You have to answer it very quickly. You have to, not about cash flow, okay. You have to tell me a 3-lettered English word without the usage of vowels. There should not be vowels in that. What is the 3-lettered English word? There are many, you can tell 1 or 2. 3-lettered English word without vowel. Let us discuss the answer after the short break.